Welcome, sir.
Hey, it's a pleasure to be here.
And welcome to the Bahamas. Good to have you here on the ZNS Network.
Yes, sir.
So, I've got to admit, I became very curious in who is Vybz Kartel and Adidja Palmer. And of course, most people didn't think the day would ever come for you because of what was originally said to you, that you'd spend the rest of your life in jail. But you kind of kept that positive mindset about what was happening to you, even while being incarcerated. Tell us a little bit about your upbringing, first of all, so we understand this man, the person who became Vybz Kartel. Talk about your upbringing.
I mean, I grew up in Jamaica. I grew up in a community called Portmore.
I know Portmore.
Okay, good. Just outside of Kingston. So I grew up with both parents, 4 siblings, 1 younger brother. I mean, growing up, we were poor, but you know, we didn't know we were poor because that was just the life we knew. But love was in my family, togetherness, you know what I mean? Went to Waterford Primary School, graduated, went to Calabar High School, went to TC, which is a private school, tutorial college, yeah, and then I branched off into music.
How did your upbringing shape who you became, and how did it affect you in music?
My upbringing shaped who I became immensely. The first thing is the work ethic of Vybz Kartel. I learned that from my dad because he has always been a hardworking man. He worked Sunday to Sunday. Like, even when I became famous, even when I could afford for him not to work, he still worked. He's that type of man. So I think I got the work ethic from my dad and certain discipline as it relates to music. Yeah, and my mom, she has always been spiritual. So I guess I got that side from her. She always told me, never give up, believe in yourself, do what you want to do, and do it big.
Those things kept you?
Yes, sir. You need to stay out of anything that's going to get you in trouble. Stay out of crime, stay out of violence. The second thing is, like I said in previous interviews, because the code is the code, you know.
Yeah.
And what's the code? Combine what you do best with what you love the most. Put in the work, believe in yourself. Be your worst critic.
Wow.
Because sometimes we think we're working when we're not.
Yeah, yeah.
So be your worst critic. Put in the work and put God first. Because trust me, and I know I say that a lot, but for me, it means a lot. Because when I was in my darkest despair, moment of despair, I called on God. And now I'm sitting right here. You know what I mean? Got visa to go to America, go to England, Europe. People accept me.
Stuff you didn't think could ever happen again.
Well, to be honest, I always believed, like I said with my mom, she always told me, never give up, focus, have faith. Even when in my initial stages of being incarcerated, I still wasn't a changed person. I was still angry, I was still bitter. I was still like, oh, wait till I get out, I'm gonna...
Right.
But trust me, man, like, I don't know, just over time, slowly just started rereading my Bible because we grew up in church.
Right.
And just finding myself, finding God, just not being afraid to talk, to pray. Put God first, because trust me, and I know I say that a lot, but for me, it means a lot. Because when I was in my darkest despair, moment of despair, I called on God. And now I'm sitting right here. You know what I mean? Got visa to go to America, go to England, Europe. People accept
Stuff you didn't think could ever happen again.
Well, to be honest, I always believed, like I said with my mom, she always told me, never give up, focus, have faith. Even when in my initial stages of being incarcerated, I still wasn't a changed person. I was still angry, I was still bitter. I was still like, oh, wait till I get out, I'm gonna...
Right.
But trust me, man, like, I don't know, just over time, slowly just started rereading my Bible because we grew up in church.
Right.
And just finding myself, finding God, just not being afraid to talk, to pray.
Was there a turning point while you were in that cell? Do you remember ever having that, what we call in the Bahamas, that come to Jesus moment?
I like that.
Where you said, okay, this ain't working, I need to make that shift in my life.
I mean, I would say when I was looking at my kids growing up right in front of me and I wasn't there physically. I have sons. You know, for a dad in a country like Jamaica, you worry about your boys. So for me, I guess that was the turning point when I was like, God, I come to you and I promise you and I swear to you, I need to leave this place. I know you have more for me to do. If you do this for me, I would never stop calling your name. I'm gonna change. And that's when, from even in prison, like my mindset changed. I was more calm and more mellow, more laid back. Because a lot of people, thinking is underrated.
I know that's for sure. I know that's for sure.
Sometimes we need that moment. I guess that was my moment to reflect. You know what I mean? So I have no regrets about where I went. I think I had to go there to show the youths on a personal level. Because a lot of time we just say stuff because we say it.
Right.
But we also have a saying that says, he who feels it, knows it.
Knows it. Musical artists oftentimes have somebody who influenced them in their uprising, in their music industry. Who was that for you?
Musically? I mean, growing up in early days, Ninja Man was one, Josie Whale. Then you had the Bounty Killers, the Beanie Man. Buju Banton, who's my favorite all-time DJ.
Wow.
Yeah.
Still is?
Still is, to this day, Buju Banton. Yeah, so I was influenced by those legends. And obviously in the hip-hop culture, my favorite rapper of all time, Tupac. Favorite rapper alive, Lil Wayne, Drake. You know what I mean? So I think I've been influenced musically because we grew up listening to Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton.
You?
Yes, sir.
You grew up listening to them?
I said,
oh, you really grew up listening to them?
Yes, sir, I did. So my growing up listening to so many different genres of music, it taught me how to express myself through my own music. So, yeah, so I have to give it up for the greats, for those who came before.
Say the word dancehall, and it's all about you. It's all about you. How has your music evolved over the years? Did you actually start out doing dancehall, or has it kind of grown into that?
No, I always started out doing dancehall, but I'll give you a little secret. I always wanted to be a singer, but I was terrible at it.
Oh, come on now. I know plenty of those people. They're probably standing around right now.
Exactly. So I really wanted to be like a singer, but I was terrible at it, so I just took lyricism more seriously as a young artist. Then we formed our group and I became one of the DJs in the group. Yeah, but I've always loved singing. Even now I incorporate a lot of melodies in my music.
You were writing even behind bars, thousands of songs. First of all, when did you discover you had a gift for writing? Because a lot of people who are great entertainers can perform on stage, but they can't write to save their life.
That's true. That's true.
But that was your gift.
Yes, sir. So much so that when I met Bounty Killer, who brought me to fame, I met him as a writer. Yeah, so I wrote a couple songs for him and he liked them, and the rest is history, as they say. But initially, when I met Bounty Killer, I came around as a writer.
So you know, I'm going to ask a question. Vybz Kartel. Where did you get that name from?
Okay, I was watching a movie, I think it was a docu-film about the Colombian cartels, and I just liked the name Kartel. So I added the vibes to it, because instead of distributing drugs, we distribute the vibes. So yeah, and initially it was 3 of us.
Really?
Yeah, so that's why the cartel is on.
So it's just more than you?
Yes, because it was a group.
I got you now on that one.
Eventually, I mean, you know, people grow up, we move on, and I kept the name because I liked it, I invented it, and you know what I mean, here I am.
Okay, so we're going to test your creative ability. I want you to give me one line to one of your new songs that I could not ever know. I'm going to see if I can duplicate it, and then I'll give you a line of one of my songs that I know, and let me see if you can do it.
Okay, so you just want a line, like sing it or say it?
Well,
okay, I'll sing it.
Yeah.
Where them there when we are do it, probably asleep, blessed are the meek, yeah. That's 3 lines.
What them do it? What them do?
Where them there, meaning where were they? Where them there when we are do it?
Where them there? Me am do it.
No! You got the first part right.
Where them there?
When we are do it.
When we do it.
That's it.
Because
the melody is key.
Okay.
That's the melody is key.
What's the last?
Probably asleep.
Probably asleep.
Yeah, that's it. So I'm like, where were they when we were doing it? Probably asleep. Yes. Yeah, it's crazy. So you got to give me a line off from your song.
Let me give you something Bahamas. Okay.
Yes.
Here we go. From the Bahamas to the nations we praise.
From the Bahamas to the nation we praise.
Oh, we got a collaboration with you and Shabbat.
Yes, sir.
I love that. I love that.
Look out. It's coming. It's
so
coming.
What can people expect come Saturday here in the Bahamas?
Well, like I said, when I leave here, I'm going into the gym, getting warmed up, study the track list. Okay, good. Health is wealth.
Health is wealth.
So we're going to plan the track list because what I'm doing now, different than before, every country I go to, I set the songs a little differently. So I'm in Jamaica, I run out. Me not have time for no jail time, that I waste time. In Tortola the other day, I'm like, thank you, Jamie, we wake up this morning. So we're going to fine-tune a performance that's only for the Bahamas.
Oh, I loving that.
Yes,
Listen,
sir.
You're going to be in for something. Bahamians know how to have a good time.
Yes, I know.
So welcome to the Bahamas, and we look forward to Saturday night. Listen, it's been a pleasure.
It's been an amazing...
Listen,
yeah.
I think what you have going forward is going to be amazing to change generations.
I hope so.
And so you have our full support that as you take that positive message around
Yes,
of what
sir.
you've gone through, that people's lives will indeed be changed.
Yes, sir.
And young people will find their way.
Yes, sir. I need y'all to listen.
That's right.
God is the greatest.
Listen, Vybz Kartel himself. Thank you for being on the rundown. Welcome to the Bahamas.
Yeah, my people, so that is it for the interview with Vybz Kartel and the rundown feature Clint Watson. You see me I say? Yeah, man, so just go and big up on yourself, man, and just remember love and love alone. You hear that? But I'm going to leave you know, with the clippings here with Vybz Kartel outside in Miami and all have vibes. You hear that?
I wear your soul, where your ribs, some so a couple cheap, roll deep in a pendant does a weep, sweet Louis Vuitton, that about quarter does a sheep. Go and eat, yeah. While me a do my job, make a bag of money and get a bag of woman. Remember me a